Teleport! So I was on the right track. I literally just had to descend the shaft, but I decided to go right. Alright, so we're gonna try to get this.
Oh god.
Be very helpful if I can get this.
It's so beautiful.
Alright. Gonna do my patented strategy of timing the first bomb and then just mashing. Oh
my god, it literally works.
Yeah, I think this game isn't... I mean, I'm just playing on normal. I think, like, when you beat the game, you unlock, like, a hard mode. I did not beat the game today. But I don't think this game is necessarily very hard. But Kraid as the first boss can be a little bit difficult without, like, a couple energy tanks.
Super Metroid's not a remake of Metroid 1 story-wise, right? Like, it's like a new thing?
Yeah, it's Metroid 3, so it takes place after Metroid 2. The general plot, I mean, all the games are very simple. This takes place on Zebes, Mother Brain, Ridley. They stole Metroids from the Federation. They're breeding them as fast as possible on this. And apparently the Federation tried to send a trooper down to resolve the situation, but they failed, and then they sent in newcomer Samus, who is already kind of an established bounty hunter, but the Federation knows like almost nothing about her. And obviously, Samus thwarts Mother Brain. Then Metroid 2 is about going to the Metroid homeworld, SR388, to exterminate every single Metroid in the galaxy, because they are like the apex predator of the entire like galaxy. And then Metroid 3 is... At the end of Metroid 2, Samus saves one single Metroid and hands it to the Federation, and of course that gets stolen by Ridley. And
Ridley.
They actually go back to Zebes, so Super Metroid takes place on the same like place as Metroid 1.
Where does Adam fit into all this, though?
At some point during the Federation days...
Yes, there's an actual thing. Yes!
Well, they don't actually show it because, I mean, it's so weird because you think Other M would be, like, when Samus is serving Adam, but it isn't. It's after.
Oh, yeah! That's right.
So it's
awesome.
very weird.
That's cool. I do like the idea of, I really like the story of Metroid 2, the idea. My question is, how the heck and why the heck did they make it a Game Boy game? Like, for such a cool thing. Yeah. It's like, oh, this Game Boy game has story. Like, even Link's Awakening has, like, no story.
Well, for the most part, all the Metroid games, especially earlier on, were all made by Nintendo R&D 1. And for the most part, they only made Game Boy games. So that's why almost all the Wario Land games were Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. That's why all the Metroid games were, except for the NES one.
Ooh. I love this song.
I like it too. This game can be a little confusing in terms of how to progress, because there's sometimes when you just have to go through random rooms to trigger a flag. So I think when we're coming back, even though we already went this way, we're going to fight a boss now. Yeah. It's just because we activated this thing.
That is, I mean, it's understandable, but it's also a little funky. No, my obvious weak point. Yo, I'm really not sure where you should be shooting. Can you tell me?
It's hard to say. I gotta stop pushing A to get off that. When you're in the somersault, Samus naturally propels herself, so you don't want to do that. Oh no, not this attack. Hoo boy! Even if you're damaged by it, it takes like no damage.
Yo, you know what a game should do? It should have a very obvious weak spot, but have it not be the weak spot. Eh?
Ooh, breaking new ground.
You know how there's movies that always try to be, like, subverting expectations? There should be a game that does that. I guess games are too expensive nowadays to, like, do that. Maybe some... I guess some indie titles do. Could you only hurt that by missiles?
I think so. So I think if I ran out of missiles, I'm not sure what would have happened.
Nice.
I don't think there's actually anything down here.
There's the map progression. Huh? 100% map?
Map? Yeah, there's... Well, there's no real, like, counter for map, I don't think, like Symphony of Night does.
I think the only 2 games I've ever gotten 100% map completion is Symphony and Circle of the Moon. I can't think of any other... Oh, and Bloodstained. I really obsessively 100%ed Bloodstained.
Bloodstained was a good game.
Bloodstained rules. The second you get that ability to run really fast, I was like, this is a top 10 game of all time for me. That game rules.
Whatever.
Caring. I have not had a chance to play many Vidya recently. I kind of miss it. Kind of miss it, lads.
My store, my kids.
I'm sorry.
Stupid excuses.
Ma December. Ma finishing my book. I'm sorry, I'm editing. Ma Dexter. I'm rewatching Dexter. Although I'm mostly doing that when I'm editing the stupid book. Dexter is a base show. And you know, whenever I say I like it, what's the only thing people say? Ma ending. That's why endings suck.
What, does that have a bad ending?
Oh, it has a horrible ending. Do you want to know? Are you ever gonna watch
I
it?
don't care.
All right, spoilers, because it is a really good show. Although I guarantee if you haven't seen it, someone's complained about the ending. Anyway, so essentially, Dexter's foster sister Deborah falls in love with him for some reason I don't remember, and then she dies for some reason I don't remember, and then for some reason I don't remember, Dexter runs away from all his problems and fakes his own death, and then is like a guy hiding out in some really cold place as like an outdoorsman, and everyone really hated it. It's been a while.
That does sound stupid.
But it's pretty anticlimactic, and you're like, uh-oh. And it just leaves kind of a lot of stuff open. But the new series, Dexter New Blood, which the first season is still going on right now, is awesome. And actually takes that bad ending and makes it a cool story. So...
That's good.
Yeah. I literally subscribed to Showtime, whatever... streaming service, because of course you have to have 45 streaming services nowadays, literally because of Dexter and Dexter New Blood. There is like nothing else on there that particularly interests me.
That's awesome, just making like 1 or 2 shows and being like, subscribe to my streaming service.
I mean, for me it's worth it because there's like 100 episodes of that show, and with how slow I watch stuff, that's like a month of probably more of stuff for me, so I'm happy. Also, things that used to be based, like Netflix, are not based, and don't make stuff that appeals to me anymore. What's that?
An item. So...
Oh, it's the thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's unknown items in this. There's a lore reason for this. I'll explain it later, because it does happen in this game. But we have 2 of them already.
Ooh, you're getting the Varia suit, huh?
That suit was actually a gravity suit.
What suit? Oh, the one that you need.
Yeah. It's just our suit is currently incompatible with it.
Varia's the pink one, right?
The Vari one's the orange one. That's like the iconic like Samus design.
Okay. I thought this is the iconic Samus design.
I guess like both of them are. When I think of Samus, I think of orange with like yellow accents, not like purely yellow with red.
When I think of Samus, I think of Zero Suit Samus. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is
Woo!
This is the game where Sakamoto really indulges his Zero Suit fetish.
Do you actually see it, or do you have to put like?
Oh, dude, you play an entire game section as her.
Oh,
in
cool.
Zero Suit. I hate it so much.
You gotta love it when you can just tell specifically what the designers really like.
Yeah, and Sakamoto likes Barbie dolls and latex suits. I mean, who can blame him? But can you not make it Samus? Can you make another game with that?
Cool. Games are cool sometimes.
It's just especially annoying because, I mean, Samus has been shown already, like at the end of Super Metroid, she takes her suit off, you can see her face, and she looks nothing like in this game. It's just like, I don't know, when you have a series that's going on for so long, I guess you can't like expect consistency like all the time, but it's annoying to like change the design just to be like, hey, look how hot she is now.
Who does the Smash character Zero Suit Samus looks more like the newer version, not the Super Metroid, right?
Yeah, it definitely looks like the Smash version has been based off of the other M design for like a while.
Okay. I'm gonna look up Super Metroid Samus face. I don't think.
Fighting some Kraid.
Kraid, let's go!
I suck at this fight. I hope I don't die.
Was Kraid shooting noses?
He just has a surprisingly small, like, actual area that you can hit him. Because it has to be, like, directly, like, down his throat. It, like, can't be, like, the sides of his mouth.
Kraid, no!
Oh, okay. That went actually very well.
Wait, you still have two sub-tanks.
Yeah, the thing about Kraid is if you don't know how to wall jump well, and luckily I did recover once with wall jumps, you have to like land on his like little spike platforms that he shoots into the wall, and that could be very annoying, and you can get like stun locked on the bottom and just die.
Sigma Kraid. By the way, that's probably one of my favorite designs of the first Metroid, is the fact that you have to beat the two bosses to get to like the end thing. I know it's really simple, but I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. It is like kind of like weird that there's like big statues of Kraid and Ridley that are like actually in like this environment. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. But Maness. Oh, no fast runnerino.
Yeah, I forgot. You can do the shine the speed booster if you push down when you're in the the mode. You can do a shine spark. Whatever. No, I want to do it.
What are we trying to do?
You'll see. You think that after LPing for 1,000 years, it'd be easier to, I just, like, face through that guy. You think it'd be easier to, like, talk and play games at the same time, but it never gets easier.
Cool. That was cool.
It was worth it.
I can play games and talk at the same time. Because I talk all the time, so I'm good at it.
I guess I should play boring games where I don't have to think about anything. I should do a complete playthrough of FF8.
Well, I never. Are you saying the games I play? Okay, the games I play are pretty boring.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool. I was actually thinking of doing Parappa the Rapper 2, which I could literally do at any time with no practice, because it's Parappa the Rapper 2.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down for that.
Hello, and welcome to... What does Frank-O-Matic do? Obscure Game Theater. Welcome to Obscure PS2 Theater. Here's Parappa the Rapper 2, a game that's probably $70 nowadays for no good reason. Probably at least 40.
The first game is pretty expensive.
Well, also, like... No one remembers Parappa 2. You know my favorite part about Parappa the Rapper? That the guy who voices Parappa is a huge jerk. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, he's like the biggest piece of crap.
And thinks he's like the gift to the world.
And like all he did was just Parappa. He did nothing else.
2.5 games. He did a little bit of Noom Jammer Lammy. How can you think you're like the biggest crap? You know what I mean? The hottest. Poopy. How can you think that when you just did like that's so? That's like. I don't know, the guy who did He-Man in the 80s being like, hey, remember He-Man? I was the guy in 1985.
Even that
remember
is
that?
respectable.
I mean, I guess it is. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's, ugh.
Ooh, story.
What are we doing?
Oh, it's Ridley.
Ridley, believe it or not. No? Alright.
What?
I said Ridley, believe it or not. Like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Okay, yeah.
Whew, you know the joke's good if you have to explain it.
Gotta explain my very minor wordplay. I thought you were talking about the, like the, believe it or not, Ridley is not at home. And I didn't know why you're referencing it.
What? Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Yo, you know what show's still good in 2021? Seinfeld. And if you think Friends is better than Seinfeld, get out of here with that.
Dude, when Seinfeld went up on Netflix, like, I think it happened pretty recently, I was reading all the Zoomer opinions about Seinfeld. I was just like, I hate everyone.
Yep. One of the I guess... I just hate how people can't, like, understand that it's, like, literally a period piece. Like, sitcoms are period pieces. Deal with it. Especially a sitcom about, like, life and not just, like, characters, you know? But one of the good ones is, like, think of how many Seinfeld episodes would just be over in 2 seconds if cell phones existed. Like the Chinese restaurant?
Yes.
Hey! Oh, you'll be here? Okay, cool. The parking garage. The subway. There's, like, so many that's like, hey, if, I think, isn't there one where, like, George has to delete a message on an answering machine? Like, there's just so many that it's like, hey, if cell phones existed.
Yeah, remember answering machines?
Believe it or not. Hey, imagine the show 24 if cell phones didn't exist. Literally, half of that show's runtime for all 8 seasons is someone on a cell phone. Go for Jack Bauer! That's what I said. Also, there's an elusive club I'm part of, and that's when somebody calls me on my cell phone. That sounded really boomer. When someone calls me on my cellular device, I always say, hello, this is Spencer, because it, like, automatically answers, like, probably half the questions of, like, an unknown number, you know? Because if they're, like, not looking for Spencer, then you got the wrong person. And whenever I have to call someone, like, for the store for, like, a pre-order, and they're like, hello, this is Zach, I'm like, you and me, we're in a club now. We're in the hello, this is blank club.
Yeah, just answer, let me do my phone call, and we can go on our days. Yeah.
And it's better than, like it already answers so many, like, it's like, hello, it's like, hi, this is Spencer for Zach. Like, if you just say, hi, it's like, hello, this is Zach. Like, hey, Zach, this is Spencer. I know who I'm talking to. I don't know. Like, I understand if, like, George calls me, I don't have to be like, hello, this is Spencer. But if it's, like, an unknown number, bam. Just saying. Alright? Okay, whatever. The Zoomers are mad at me. Also, Zoomers never talk on the phone anyway.
Yeah, they exclusively communicate with Discord nowadays.
Oh,
there's no human interaction anymore.
Even Nate, who's a little younger than you, I think. Like, just a little, like, a couple years. I, like, literally...
I assume, like, Nate was, like, 24 or something.
24, 25, something like that. Anyway, maybe 26. Anyway.
I'm 29, bro. I'm turning 30 next year.
Yeah, I know, it's all downhill.
Oh, God.
Whenever people are, like, whenever I have to answer, like, my age for something, I'm always like, 30... and I have to actually think about it. And it sucks. So, I think it's 3. Yeah, 3. Anyway, so Nate, who's I guess kind of a Zoomer, like the few times I ever had to call him, he's an employee of the store. So whenever I have to call him, like, I don't know, he's always like, hello, because it's just like, dude, I'm like, if I'm like out and about and like don't feel like texting, I'm like, yo, Nate, can you do this? Whatever. He's like, hi. I'm just
surprised he doesn't have boomer parents that only communicate with cell phones. But I guess our dad's an outlier.
Yes.
Because I saw do phone calls, but it's like 90% my dad.
So I think I said this before, but since I have friends that are younger, the same age, and older, the easiest way you can tell what generation someone is how they communicate with you. So like I'm kind of in the middle, in that everyone that's younger than me exclusively only texts or Messenger or whatever, and honestly, it's mostly Messenger. If I knew, like, a Zoomer, which I don't know anyone, like, under, like, 25, it would definitely be like, yo, do you have Snapchat or Discord? And I'd be like, no. And if it's anyone older, like Ryan Miller, who's in his early 40s, like, he'll just randomly call me, and I'm like, I'm getting a phone call? Like, it's weird. Like, instead of just being, like, texting me, like, hey, the new NES 8-bit Christmas is on the website, like, he'll call to be like, yo, the new NES, and I'm like, wow.
Phone calls.
A phone call?
Is Ferris obsessed with TikTok like every other Zoom?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, really?
Dude, no way. I would never let Ferris on TikTok. Ash is obsessed with TikTok. TikTok is awful. Whenever she's watching it, I'm like, oh, God. It's the worst.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to Brinsley again.
So, I mean, and this comes from someone who... I liked Vines. Vines were cool. The thing where you can only make, like, 7-second videos. Like, it was ADD
YouTube.
Yeah, that's me. Well, now freaking YouTube has... I'm sure you saw it, like, what do they call it? Shorts? And it's just, like, 15-second YouTube videos. Or I think it's, like, max a minute or whatever. And I'm like, no. Go away, TikTok.
Did you notice that our channel is literally ruined because you can't dislike videos anymore?
Yeah, what? Oh, dude, I saw that.
It is ruining our channel.
Why? Because we
gotta let the dissenting opinions flow through.
I think, I mean, I have the probably lame opinion, and I'm sorry about this, folks, that YouTube can do whatever the heck they want because they are a private company. But I can also say that YouTube doing it is just about the lamest thing in the entire universe.
Yeah, and you know the reason why they're doing it. Like, they, on the surface, they say it's because of, like, abuse. And, like, it does happen. Like, some people do get targeted, and their YouTube channels can be affected by it. But you know that the only reason they're doing it is because of corporations. Corporations don't want to have their video, like, massively disliked.
Yep.
And it's like, that's the only reason they're doing it.
100%. I mean, like, some...
I
guess you can still vote comments, but that'll be gone soon, too, I'm sure.
That's where YouTube and Google gets all their monies. They get corporations to give them ad revenue. It's like, that's who makes them money. So their demands are the thing that matters.
I mean, some corporation coming out with some, like, really, really... I don't know if colorblind's the right word, but you know what I mean by that. Just not... something that doesn't work, and being like, what am I trying to say? Just coming out with something being like, oh, we care about you. I hate that garbage. I hate it so much, and I know that everyone else does too, and now we'll never know. Like, just some stupid colorblind kind of thing. But yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I saw it the other day. There was some, like, video on something everyone hates, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so... I understand that sometimes dislikes can be, like, a herd mentality thing. But just having that quick glanceable information of, like, you, like, click some random video and you notice that, like, 60% is, like, downvotes. And then you, like, scroll down to the comments to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
But you don't have that anymore. So it's like, I want to watch things less because there's no dislikes.
Yeah. Again, it's there. I like people who are like, oh, they can't do it. It's like, dude, I totally can do it. Like, if YouTube wanted to just, like, take down every one of our videos, they could, because we're hosting them on freaking their servers. And we're definitely conserving server space for Google. 100%. We are utilizing that space correctly. Every time I just upload a bunch of Let's Try videos, I'm like, I'm conserving server space.
Yeah, who cares about Google? They make $1 billion trillion every day.
I remember watching like some of those 10-hour videos, and like the YouTube poop 10-hour videos, and some of them were just like, I'm conserving server space. Here's Numa for 10 hours. And it's just like, okay, alright, sounds good.
I really want to see one of those videos, but it's like encoded in like 4K 60 FPS.
Oh my god!
Like the upload is probably like literally like 500 gigs.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I think you can still do 10-hour videos. We're such boomers, or at least I'm such a boomer, that I remember when YouTube was 10-minute max. And that... when was that?
Dude, I was watching a channel, like, it was one of my, like, nostalgic channels that I watched as a kid, and I was just watching the LPs again. And, like, the guy also constantly had to look at, like, the timer to be like, oh, 10 minutes, see ya!
Yeah!
No.
I forget when that... What are you doing with those things, by the way?
Those little bugs can destroy those plants, but Samus can't actually hurt them herself. But I can't, like, destroy those bugs, and I did it accidentally.
Yeah, that was... I mean, I think even, like, Game Grumps did that. Like, they had to do that because they were around that long. Well, I think even AVGN...
No, I don't think Game Grumps did it because of that reason. They did it because the most monetizable video is, the... like 15-minute, like 10 to 15-minute one, because you get 2 to 3 ad breaks. And at the time, before like YouTube changed to like more watch hours, doing it like that was definitely the preferred way to monetize your channel as much as possible.
Oh yeah. Let's see it.
Epic.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah, when I think of Samus, I think of...
Yeah, no, that's fair. And also my color blindness. I can see the difference, but I was like, it looks like Samus, but now I get it.
Now go all the way back to Norfair again. Oh yeah, I can actually go into here again.
Yeah, I remember when Eric had... Well, Eric still has his... Eric Trivia still has his YouTube channel, but, like, a lot of the stuff he and we originally put up was, like, literally you had to max out at 10 minutes. And that's just so weird to think nowadays. Like, I think almost every video I watch would be longer than 10 minutes. Like, I like watching restoration videos where someone just takes, like, an antique thing that's all messed up, and they just restore it. And almost every one is 20, 30 minutes. Could you imagine, like, antique hand press, part 3 of 4, it'd be like, our, you know, restoration. God, it'd be awful.
You know, the day that YouTube peaked was when Eric uploaded The Invisible Book.
Oh, 100%.
That was the peak of the medium.
I mean, it happened, in all seriousness, it does happen to everything. Whenever something gets too popular like that, it's always gonna happen. Like, I was on Facebook when it was just for college students.
Oh yeah, and you needed like a .edu.
You literally did. Yeah, that's why.
So crazy.
That's why my password, my username is literally still @drexel.edu. You literally needed an edu, which is so weird to think now that like everybody and their grandma and, well, except for I guess Zoomers nowadays are on it. back in my day, you had to go. Back in my day, you had to go to college to have your information stolen. All right.
Also, back in my day, Mark Zuckerberg wasn't like a soulless, the worst person in the world.
Hello, fellow humans.
Please attach your mandatory headset and brain chip.
Yeah, I wanted to, like, I would be interested in playing, like, Resident Evil VR and stuff, but the fact that, like, for Oculus, you, like, have to have, like, a Facebook account and stuff, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know much about it because I never used one, but apparently hacking the Oculus Quest 2 is fairly easy. But I don't know if you can actually play... Oh, okay. So I actually sequence braked this entire... So I came from the right because I did some like weird like wall jumps. So I got to this statue way before that than I needed to.
Nice.
So yeah, it was telling me to go back to Norfair. I was like, that's not right. I'm glad I didn't listen to it.
I don't know. I just don't... The idea, like, the internet's great, I guess, but the idea of, like, having to do something always bothers me. Like, gotta have a Facebook account to do this thing that's not Facebook. That's why, like, I will never jive with an Xbox system, because it's just like... Or, like, the new Call of Duty games. Gotta have the internet connected to the internet to play a single-player game.
Yep. One recent shakeup that apparently annoyed a lot of people is Minecraft. For the longest time, you had to have a specific account with the developers. I think they're like called like Mojave or something. But when Microsoft bought Minecraft, now they're forcing people to make like Microsoft accounts, and they're like cycling everything over there, and it's like cool.
Microsoft bought Minecraft like 10 years ago, though.
It apparently happened like a year or two ago.
Oh, okay.
But I guess the rollout happened a lot later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.